Hey, good morning to everybody. Today is February 11th. I'm making this video a little late. So this video is for homeowners of Rancho Santalina. Welcome back. This is going to be a fairly short video. I wanted to just discuss the market, the changes. I don't make prognosis because there are too many moving parts, although we can kind of look at the market and see if you are going to be in a market to sell or buy, kind of give you somewhat of a foot up on the situation. First of all, before we get going, my name is Leo Orzhel, broker owner with Realty Max. We serve San Marcos community, primarily Santa Fe Hills. Obviously, Rancho Santalina is right next door, and Discovery Hills as well. Anyway, so let's start with the basics, right? First of all, in this environment, everything is driven by rates, right? Everybody's buying a house. Most people don't buy cash. They need to get a loan. So everything is driven by rates. Rates have been coming down a little bit, but they're still really close to 7%. So let's take a look at here. So as you can see, right now they're running right around 6.9. They were slightly higher. We were about 7%, right? Not that long ago. But as you can see, rates have gone up considerably from let's say a month ago or so, right, to a month and a half ago. They've gone up as well. So all the efforts by the Federal Reserve to reduce overnight rates and affect the 10-year yield has somewhat backfired, because the way the markets are, they always look forward, right? They're forward looking. And what the markets really are looking for is inflation. So if markets see inflation, obviously the rates are going to stay higher. So there's a somewhat of a reprieve from the higher rates. We're at 6.89 more or less. So what I'm also seeing, there's more listings on the market. Now, Rancho Santalina is a fairly small community, so it's a little small microcosm, and it is in the outer skirts of San Marcos. So I kind of take everything together and put everything together and try to spit something out for you. What you're probably going to see, because of the LA fires, you're probably going to see some impact, obviously, to your insurance rates. I know insurance rates are already expensive, but I forecast they're going to continue moving up, and considerably in certain areas, period. With that said, I am seeing activity go up. I'm seeing more homes being listed. There's about 25 to 30%, which is significant, increase in properties being listed. And we're going to review some of them right now with you together here, so you can kind of see what's going on. But be that as it may, if you're not moving, if you really don't care, it shouldn't matter to you. If you are thinking of moving in the next 4 months, 3 months, 6 months, you may be wanting to listen. But like I said, ultimately, what the changes in price of your home shouldn't really matter. I know it doesn't feel good, but it shouldn't really matter unless you're going to be selling. Now, if you are selling, you do want to use the tools that we use to make sure that you get leverage in the market, right? Because leverage is impact to your sales price, to how quickly things get done. Last thing you want to do, and if you've seen my other videos, I've said this multiple times, that time is of essence when you sell the property, and in many cases, time has a negative impact on value, perceived values. The longer your home stays in the market, your perceived value basically drops. And a lot of times, I make an example of the difference between Nordstrom's and Nordstrom's Rack, right? When things sit on a shelf too long, desirability falls, and it ends up discounting the price. A lot of times you'll see price reduction and another price reduction where you end up chasing the market down. With my system, and you can look up in 72, we try to get things done in a weekend. We have a way of seeing how many people are going to show, and we don't usually do open houses. We don't do open houses in most cases unless there's something wrong, and I'll do them just to see what is being missed. But in many cases, everybody who comes in, I get everybody to come in at the same time. I want to have buyers have a feel that other buyers may buy the house under them, creating competition, creating urgency, and really leveraging the market in your favor. So if we look at, let's pump this up. If we look at what's going on in Rancho Santalina specifically, move myself out of the way. Make this just a little bigger for you. Hope you can see. Oh, by the way, if you haven't signed up yet, please sign up. If you have some kind of comment, if you want to know more information, if you want to say thank you, feel free to leave a comment. If you want to hear other things about the real estate market, please feel free to leave a comment for me. If you are going to be selling, the process takes a little time to work perfectly, because we want to make sure we saturate the market before we actually get people in. We want to really funnel the people into your house and be able to bid your property up as high as possible. That's really how you use the market leverage for price discovery and get the highest price while your home has a significantly higher value as far as perceived value to the market is. And ultimately, when the buyers bid against each other, there's only one winner, and it's usually the seller. Plus, you have a much smoother transaction because the buyers know there's other people that want it, and if they don't follow suit per contract, there'll be somebody there to replace them. So it's all positive, 99.9%, right? Okay, so let's look at what's going on in Rancho Santalina. We have one pending, 837 Via La Venta, 5,335. I think that's the largest. Actually, that's the second largest. That was on the market, I guess, for 23 days. Original market price was $1,199,000, and then they dropped it to $1,229,000. So we're looking at what, 70,000 more or less, something like that. So, and the reason people drop, again, if there's no buyers, if nobody's coming to see it, you end up kind of dropping the price. I really don't like chasing the market down. I think that's you lose leverage when you do that. I want the market to chase your listing, to chase the home that's on the market. I want everybody to come out of the woodwork, look at the property, understanding the home's not going to last. You get much more leverage with that. So if you want to look at the pictures, we can look at the pictures here real quick. Hopefully they'll come up. Carpet. Looks like we have a fireplace. I know that was an option. Some people choose not to have the option. I don't see anything. It's a clean house, nothing special, but looks like it's a lot of original stuff here. And the house, as you can see, is non-furnished. I'm not sure exactly what happened to this one. Sometimes things happen, right? Divorce, people move, so things do happen. So, but it is the largest or second largest model. So it is in escrow now. So we'll see what happens. Just follow me, and when next month we do another one, we'll see what actually closed. Two have closed. One, Avenida Regina closed. This was 1788 Avenida Regina. 40 days on the market, as you can see. 5-bedroom, 3-bath. 2778. It's a smaller model. Original price was $1,275. They dropped it to $1,249. Looks like they were able to sell it for $1,130,000 after 4 days in the market. Let me just take a quick look at something real quick before I'm looking just deeper here, because some things are private information that we're not supposed to be sharing. Looks like, yeah, it looks like we have a $14,000 concession on this one. So again, let me bring this back up. So again, like I said, I'm not really sure on this one. This is not one of my listings, but this one sold at $1,130,000. So like I said, and I think what happened, like I said, the market was really depressed because this was listed in October, and the market kind of popped back up. We have more activity, we have more listings. Like I said, people are understanding that rates are not going to be going down significantly anytime soon. So if somebody wants to buy a house, there's more buyers there. Now overall, compared to last year, there's less buyers. Less people can afford it. Because, somebody that's buying a property like for $1 million, let's say 130, right? Let me back up a little bit here. So I guess it's too early and my brain is not working well. So originally this was $1,275,000. They dropped the price, I don't know, about about 30,000 or so, right? and looks like it's sold, but it sold for 1,130,000. So originally it sold about 140,000 or so, right? 140. Correct me if I'm wrong. Below what the original price was. And again, as I told you before, this was on the market. Let me bring this up so you can see it better. I apologize. So as you can see, this was on the market for 40 days. As I told you before, time on the market is not a benefit, right? It actually reduces your perceived value. It makes people think there's nothing to lose. Everybody else passing on your home, they can come in and make a lowball offer. That's why it's really important. And the system we use, one is the weekend sale, is we try to get everybody in when the value of the property is as high as nobody's seen it. We get everybody in at the same time. We create urgency. We create competitive environment for the buyers, right? And we make buyer psychology work. So as you can see, this one sold significantly less, right? 275 to 130, about 130,000 less. And let's see, let's look at the next one. This is Hydra, 940 Hydra, 20 days in the market, 5 bedroom, 5 bath, 3908. That is the largest floor plan. As you can see, price on this one, 1,325,000 asking price. So basically it was overpriced, and then they dropped it down to 1,250,000. You know, this is testing the market. Testing the market very rarely works. It only maybe works when things are going up fast. Again, I know I'm stressing this over and over, but I'm telling you again, time in the market is not a benefit. It's a negative. It's always a negative. It impacts your value in a negative way. So you want to get in, you want to get out surgically. Excuse me. So this one was on, looks like they dropped the price 125,000, and then it sold for 1,209,000, right? So if you look at it, 325, 225, about 120,000 less. Again, like I said, time is of the essence. The other two have been expired for one reason or another. People have taken them off. Las Flores, 1672, 54. Looks like they had 1,299,000. They dropped it to 1,289,000. You know, a lot of people put home on the market. You know, they really don't need to sell. And people who really don't need to sell are not really going to do well in this market. You know, you want to have commitment to sell. You also want to use the best agent who can give you the best price, has the best system. Because again, let me just bring this back. I think we're pretty much done with this. We don't need to have any more. Okay, in the real estate market, and I've said this before many times. In the real estate market, right, all agents more or less have the same tools. It's really not the tools, right? It's like surgeons. If you have different surgeons, similar education, similar tools, but some surgeons have better outcome. Is it the process? Is it the way they handle things? Is it the way they get ready? Regardless of that, one surgeon just has a better talent for doing things, better systems. So when it comes to selling real estate, you know, it doesn't matter what company somebody's working for. The marketing plan is irrelevant. I'll make a video on that. Marketing plan is irrelevant. Some people have 30 steps, 50 steps, 100. Each step can be broken up more and more. This is something for a consumer, just, you know, to throw dust in your eyes. It really doesn't matter. What ultimately matters is what someone's historic sales price to list price ratio is. As I'm making this video, I'm around 12.7%, I believe, the past 3 years, right? So we sell significantly higher for higher price than majority of people, because again, we all have the same tools. We have photography, right? We have obviously drones. We have staging. All this stuff is tools. It doesn't matter what the tools are, right? Because we have same. You want to look at the outcome, and what I offer my sellers or my clients is a better outcome. That's all. That's all there is. Anyway, I want to close this out. I want to thank you again for taking time and watching this. If you are thinking of selling, if you know someone that can benefit from this, feel free to share. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. If you want to give me a thumbs up, do that. It doesn't really matter, but you know, it just up to you. Anyway, I'm going to close this out. Thank you again. Have a wonderful Valentine's Day. Enjoy with loved ones and family. and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.